Hi everyone, so it is Monday, February 22nd. I just had my blood drawn for the pregnancy test and other labs and whatnot. I have not gotten my period yet, but I have also not had any positive pregnancy tests once the trigger was out of my system. So I really don't think that this cycle worked, which is pretty disappointing. I mean, it's not a definite until I get these results and or my period comes, but it's still, like, I'm fairly certain that it didn't work because today is 15 days past the IUI and negative test this morning. It's the kind of thing where, like, the last couple of days I'm like standing there in the bathroom squinting, trying to see, like, is there a second line there? And there really isn't. So yeah, so most likely moving on to IVF, but I'll talk more about that once I know the results of the test today. Alright, so excuse me, I have a little bit of a cold. So I heard back about my blood test and the beta was negative. I'm not pregnant. So what I expected, but still there was like that little shred of hope that maybe the home tests were not accurate or something, and that the beta would be positive, but nope, not pregnant. So I will be moving on to IVF. And it's a little bit complicated because so I can't take combination birth control, which is often used at the beginning of IVF cycles to kind of control the timing of things a little bit better. I can't take it because I have a history of having had a blood clot while on it, so it's not a good idea for me to be on it. And apparently my doctor had written orders for birth control, like assuming that the test was negative today, written orders for birth control for me to start on cycle day 1, which turns out is actually also today. And then I have an appointment with her next Monday, and so then like we'd talk about everything and figure out how things were going to progress, but that would kind of buy us some time to still move forward without skipping a month. She also had said before, and she didn't write orders for this, but she had said before, when we met with her last, that because of my history of blood clots, she would want me to be on blood thinners during an IVF cycle because of just all the medications and the hormones and all that kind of stuff, that it would be a good idea. But she also did not write orders for that, and she is on vacation this week. So yeah, so that kind of puts a crimp in things, but I was expecting that because I don't have the appointment with her until next week that we were going to have to skip a cycle anyway. So that's basically what we're going to have to do. And it's just frustrating that the things could have worked out, that we would have only been delayed by like a couple of weeks, whereas now we're delayed by a whole month. So it just stinks that there was a way to make it go a little bit faster, but it's okay. Like, this was what I was expecting was gonna have to happen, so it gives me a little bit more time to prepare, I guess. I am currently reading the IVF information booklets and everything that they had sent to me before, that I had just kind of tucked away and put off reading because I wasn't sure if I was going to need to read them, but now I am reading them. So so that's where we're at. It is it's disappointing, obviously. Like, I was really hopeful for this IUI, and like the timing all seemed really good, and we had like an extra level of control with the ultrasounds and the trigger shot and all of that, that I was really, really hopeful that it was going to work out, and it didn't. So that's obviously disappointing, and part of me is like, well, why didn't we just move on to IVF right away? But I think I would probably regret not having at least tried another IUI. But it's all like, obviously in hindsight, like knowing that the 2 IUIs didn't work, now it's like, well, why did we waste all this time? But obviously I didn't know that it was going to be a waste of time, so like I don't think it was really a waste of time, but it's just frustrating to have all of these delays, and things are delayed and delayed and delayed, and like I had so many months there where the medications didn't work right with my body, and like we just weren't able to progress and do anything, and it's just frustrating. So and it's disappointing that like even if I try not to get my hopes up, I do. Like you just do, and even if I try to stop myself, I'm like mentally planning for, okay, so if I get pregnant now, then I'll have a baby in like this cycle would have been like the end of October would have been my due date, and so Lex would have been like exactly 3.5, and like that's an okay age gap. Like obviously whatever age gap we end up with is fine, but like I was really hoping for at most 3.5 years, and now we're looking at closer to 4. So it's just like mentally planning all of that stuff out is hard. It's hard to like have it now taken away. And I did spend the day on Saturday kind of processing a lot of this and kind of mourning for it a bit, because I took a test that morning and it was negative, and I was like, well, at this point I would expect it to be positive, at least slightly positive. So I was pretty sure that it didn't take. So I had a chance to already kind of process a lot of this on Saturday and worked through it, and then by kind of like the late afternoon I was in a better place about it. But it really is a mourning process. Like there was never a baby, but there was the idea and the kind of there was a baby in my mind. Like I don't know if it makes sense to other people who have gone through this kind of thing. Like I don't know if other people feel the same way, but it's like I had created this baby in my mind that I was just hoping would come to be, and I don't think it's anywhere comparable to like a miscarriage or anything like that. But it is still kind of a mourning process and letting go of that imaginary baby, and hoping that it does happen soon, but it's just hard. It just stinks. So anyway, so that's kind of where I'm at. It's I'll see how the appointment goes next Monday, and I'll hopefully do a quick update on that and what the kind of plan is moving forward. And I really want to kind of document this for myself, because I feel like this is turning into much more of a journey than I expected it to be. And I really want to remember everything that I went through and be able to look back on it. So that's it for now. Thanks for all the good wishes and everything. I appreciate all the support that I get from all different areas of my life. And hopefully things will work out soon. So thanks so much for watching, and I'll talk to you soon.